All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to another edition of the Call Up Podcast, the best interactive podcast you can possibly listen to right now from the East Coast all the way down to the West Coast. We even have fans in Russia that has made us
Right.
in the top 10 of podcasting here. It's your boy Kenny, it's your boy DJ. Welcome on in. DJ, do you have anything to say to the people?
Well, as they know, it is showtime. We got Darby Allen stealing my stuff now. But but hey, it's time to get it going. It's starting to heat up out here with the we got all these events coming up and um we get as it seems like us starting this show.
Mhm.
There's like every week there's something crazy is happening. Like there's never been any shortage of content to be had every week, and
I
I'm loving
mean,
it.
that's a good thing for us because if we
Yes.
don't have anything to talk about, it's like ooh, we got to come up with something different here. Either we probably come up with a lie, like a lot of people do,
Oh
or
man.
we just start talking about stuff that's not non wrestling related. Which you could, we most likely we could do that too, because I'm going to ask you how your week was.
Right.
Since the last time I saw you.
Well, I mean, so just today, my Valentine's, like happy for those of you that
Mhm.
celebrated Valentine's Day, like happy Valentine's to my girl Athena, and then my daughter right now, like we went to go pick up her boyfriend.
I know. I
So
got the text, and you was just like, "Hey, I may be running a little bit." I was like, "Oh." When I got the "Hey," and I was like, oh." I was like, "Am I flying solo today?"
nah, that's one thing that's good about this location is that I'm about 10 minutes from the airport. So I say, yeah, just get out,
Uh,
like get off the plane and get outside and get in the car.
that's like me. I'm like 10 minutes away from like one of our airports here in New York. So
Right,
like for me, if I needed to like go pick somebody up from the airport and come back, it's very quick.
right. So that works for me. And then other than that, man, just like we're all doing here, trying to survive, trying to get through all this, like all these high prices. Like you can't even remember when McDonald's used to be the cheap place to go to eat
They
and all
used to
that.
have they used to have the dollar meal at McDonald's.
Right.
Now they don't have that anymore.
And now it's $30 for a Big Mac meal. What is happening?
Yeah, that you know what? It's crazy when you like when you look at a lot of stuff, especially now, like like for obviously for like younger people, they're kind of used to that price. But for us, who used to be like, you know what, for $3, I can go out and get me a cheeseburger, I can get me some nuggets
Man.
and a drink. That's $3. Tax was probably like 50 cents. You know what I mean? It was doable. $5 can get you a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the day, now $5 can't even get you anything.
No. Like you'll probably get two items. I'll give you two items and they better be on, like you said, on the cheap menu.
Yep.
And that's it. Like hopefully you got it. How high is tax in, like here it's 10, like we got 10% sales tax in California. I don't know.
I think it's probably a little lower, but New York City in general is just really expensive,
Yeah.
and they make it seem like yes, this is the best city in the world to be in. But if you don't have the money or you're on some type of assistance, you're definitely gonna feel it.
Yeah. No, we're feeling it nowadays. So thank God we got something to entertain us.
Yeah, we have the time now that we can sit here and talk about wrestling because God knows we need it. Valentine's Day for me was pretty cool. My son had basketball, so we took him there, and then we went out to eat to like their favorite place, which is Applebee's.
Okay.
Which not for nothing, it was expensive there too because when I looked at the bill, it was like around $100 something, and I looked and I was like, "What the hell did we eat?"
Yeah. Like who had the lobster? Like, like what
you
happened?
know, like damn, like what's going on here? But it was still a good day. Uh, what's crazy about it is because I've been so busy this week that I didn't even get to do like winners and losers. I just literally was just like, okay, let's knock out these topics.
Right.
And then when I realized, I was like, oh my god, the whole basis of this show is winners and losers, and we don't have that.
Now here we go. We're being watched.
Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? We got Chad in the building. He's becoming a regular here.
Two piece
Welcome
for
on and welcome on in.
$1.99.
Oh,
I do remember.
866, I believe, is the tax. That's what Caroline said over here. Obviously, I'm still trying to get more people up here. We got the knuckleheads in the building right now saying we see you. Definitely continue watching us because the numbers are growing when more people watch. So you gotta you have to leave a comment like you're doing now in the chat.
Yes.
You
Like and
gotta
subscribe.
share. The likes go up, the more people start showing up. We finally got connected to Instagram, so we're live on Instagram right now. We're looking pretty good on Instagram right now too. So
Look at that.
if you're on Instagram right now, you're looking at us. Go into the link in the bio. Jump on over
What
to
up,
YouTube.
Graham?
You know what I mean? And let's make it happen. Like, share, comment. Let's make this happen. Yes, exactly. Code 6 all
Smash
day.
that like button. Oh God. So I never thought I'd be on something I'd be hollering at, but here I am.
Oh my god.
Uh,
We know what the code 6 means around here, so we got to make sure that that's live.
Code 6. So we're not talking about we're not talking about the Spike Lee movie.
No,
Okay.
I wish. That was a good movie though. Oh man. So we get into a couple of news here.
All right.
I tell people, anybody who watches a live version watches us. Obviously, you'll start to see different changes. So here's one change, one new upgrade that we're gonna have here. Right when we're talking about stuff, I'm gonna bring it up on the screen.
Okay.
So we can start here. This is a little messed up here because of the angle that we have it here. But Jey Uso finally gonna get a singles title shot. We haven't seen him in a singles title match since Roman, right?
That's right.
And now
he wasn't winning that. So
and now he's gonna get his shot at the IC title against Gunther this Monday on Monday Night Raw. He got the win with him and the New Day.
Right.
That was a pretty interesting match there. He even did the smack. Everyone was just like, are all the Samoans going to be smacking people nowadays? I'm going to assume yes, because it's the cool
Samoan drops now. Huh?
Exactly. It's a cool thing to do right now until WrestleMania is over. But
all right,
but
at this point, give Will Smith in your corner and
that's
do it all the way.
And that's what everybody was like referring it to. There was just like, yo, it's like the Will Smith, Chris Rock smack all over again, But listen, we're still talking about that smack to this day, which is crazy for Will Smith.
It was probably all that was probably. It wouldn't surprise me if all that was a work too.
You know what? The way entertainment is, I wouldn't put it past him.
Shock me at all. Not at all. I mean, we're wrestling fans. We'd be like, if we found that, like everybody would be all outraged, and us wrestling fans would be like,
everybody, us will be like, oh, this was some good acting. But what do you think about this? How do you see this match playing out? I would have thought they would have saved this for maybe Elimination Chamber, where we have these two, battling, especially with Gunther going back home to to his people.
Right.
This would have been like a bigger stage for him, but they decided to put this on Monday Night Raw.
I'm gonna give in this answer, I'm gonna give AEW some kudos here. Like, so because they have a lot of title matches on their shows. I think that woke WWE up a little bit. Like, okay, I think we need to spice things up a little bit and have these guys defend, especially the mid card titles. Come on now. We need to defend this on, especially Raw. We got 3 hours, so I think they're like, let's do it. And, these are two, and this is like you said, this is a pay-per-view or PPL like kind of match here, like with these two
Mm-hmm.
guys. Like these are two way over guys going for a title on your weekly show. So this is you can't ask for bet. Like everybody that talks smack about Raw, like you can't ask for anything else.
Now, do you put this at the main event though? Because we don't know what the main event could be for Monday Night Raw. Because just because of the way things are
Mm-hmm.
starting to shape up now,
Yeah, that's
you
a good.
know.
And see, if it's not the main event, it tells me that there's something like that. Then you have the feeling that something else is going to happen. Like, wait, how come this isn't the main event? What else is going on? Could we have two championship matches in a night? Because we've seen that before on a show
Mm-hmm.
where a title will be, at the end of the second hour, have a title match, and then something happens in the storyline, and now it's going to be also the main event and another match. So, let's see. Let's see what right now the way it looks because we don't know, like you said, like we don't know what the lineup is for
Mm-hmm.
Raw at the moment until we get that email, on Monday morning.
Yeah, exactly.
um, but for now, you got to think that it's the main event.
Do you see Jey Uso winning this, or are we just gonna get Imperium interfering in this one just because the way Jay is so red hot right now?
Mm-hmm.
That was my initial thought going into this match when they announced this match for Raw. I said, you know what? They're probably setting up for Elimination Chamber
Mm-hmm.
because there's really no matches besides the two Elimination Chamber matches that are going on.
Right. Um, well, I mean, because you got a couple scenarios here, because we anticipate anyway a brother versus brother
Mm-hmm.
match, and to have that be for the Intercontinental Championship would just give it all that much more spice to that match. Like here's the longest reigning tag team champions of all time now fighting for a singles title. So I think that would make that match way intriguing. Other than of course twins going against each other, right? So I kind of see him winning it for that reason. Like I think he wins it, and then that starts the storyline of him versus Jimmy.
And the thing about it is, like, I don't want to see like Jimmy interfere again in another match. Like,
He doesn't
seriously,
need to be a background singer, like you're saying.
exactly. Like, let Jay have his moment,
Mm-hmm.
and because obviously, most likely, that's the dream is to have Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna have some type of interference on Monday, cool. Let's set this up for Elimination Chamber. As much as I don't want to see it, then have Jimmy come in and interfere in this match,
Mm-hmm.
or let Jay win,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow Jimmy's like, man, I don't have a match for WrestleMania. Let me go fuck with my brother really quick,
Right.
and maybe try and get an IC title match,
That's right.
and let them two battle it out.
So I'm better. I'm the better.
Yeah, like
You know.
eventually somebody's gonna say that, like, well, I'm the better twin.
Right. So yeah. So I can see that completely because it's time to move on for Gunther. Um,
Hmm.
I think because right now, as he's wearing the Intercontinental title, you're not, people aren't really convinced that that he's one of the world title contenders,
Hmm.
right? So for that to be real, I think he needs to drop this title,
I
and
mean,
then
for sure.
yeah,
I think
and
it's
then
time.
now
I
we're
think, yeah, he's done enough with the IC title. I don't
well,
think
he
there's
can't
anything
do
else.
anymore. He broke the
You
record.
can't do anything else with it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You've defeated everybody who's gotten in your way.
right.
You broke the record for the longest reign. You
Yeah,
know
it's over.
what else can you do? Nothing. Just
Nothing.
drop the title. You know what I wish what they would do is that if he's gonna um if he's gonna lose the title at Raw, or if he wins out on
Mm-hmm.
Raw, is that
Mm-hmm.
he takes the last spot in the Elimination Chamber match, like the way Impact did with the X Division title, where it was
Right.
just like, hey, I can cash this in
Right.
and get a world title shot. You know what I mean?
That was the which is what I think the Intercontinental title should be anyway.
Exactly.
So um let's see what so at least they gave us some intrigue about Monday. Like that's one thing that does. It makes you, so again, now we're going to the days of not just rinse and repeat, just okay, now I'm kind of interested. What's going to happen? Like that was when people say, "Oh, I want the Attitude Era back." I don't think some people don't necessarily know what they're asking for. What you're asking for is that it was the spontaneity. Like you didn't know what was going to happen every week. Like that's what was cool about it. Not necessarily like because if you go and look back at some of that stuff now, it's not very good, to be honest.
No.
But it's just the fact
funny.
that every week, yeah, some of it's funny. Some of it is like, oh, you wouldn't be doing that now.
Like there was something that I seen like way back was when DX made fun of the Nation of Domination and they all came out as different members.
Right.
Okay, so when Peacock got a hold of the library of WWE, that was one of the things that they cut out. And everybody had an issue. Oh, why are they trying to erase history? Why is this? But then you look back at it, and I'm like, you know what? I think this is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, it's on the line.
You know what I mean? Like
it's habitually stepping on the line. Is what it's
like. Our parents let us watch some crazy stuff. Yeah,
my parents gave up. Like as soon as they see those ropes and the people hollering, they just walked out the room. Like so they had no idea what
like even with the like the Diva era of WWF and stuff like that. Like some of that stuff was, I was like, wait a minute, y'all really had this girl in just a pig shed with a bikini on. Oh, okay.
Or just even the segment of Trish Stratus like trying to quote apologize to Vince, and she's like taking off clothes, like
yes,
it's like, wait, what happened? What's going on here?
See, even throwbacks is saying he's like Mae Young whipping it out on Sunday afternoon. Yeah, remember when she had the baby?
How about Jackie? Like, didn't her top come off?
Oh yeah,
or somebody just snatched it off or something, right? And you had the live sex scene with Lita and Edge.
Yep.
You had bra and panty matches.
Listen, the way the world is now, we can never go back to the Attitude Era. It was great while it lasted. We had our fun. It made the company a whole lot of money. But we can never go back to that. We can't even go back to I posted a video before of the signs that people used to bring to shows. And you can't even do that anymore.
No. And that part I don't miss. Like, that sucked. I was just like, okay, everybody did not need to bring a sign. We can't see. Okay. Put your damn sign down.
But some of those signs are really funny, though.
Some of them were funny.
It's like Brett takes the hot dog the long way. Like, still don't know what that is. No. Some of them were really funny. It was just like, I remember there was one that I seen. It was like, Rocky sits down to pee.
Right.
I'm like, really? Oh my god. So moving on to some more news. Because we'll continue with the Attitude Era flashbacks, and it will take up the whole entire show. We definitely have to do a show like that where we just go back and like rewatch certain stuff in the Attitude Era, and we can talk about it and just see with everybody else and get their opinion on stuff. Super Bowl was on Sunday.
Yes, it was.
And Triple H had tweeted out or X'd, I don't know what they're gonna, what they call it nowadays. I'm just gonna say that he tweeted.
I'm sticking with tweets. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with tweets too. That WrestleMania was going to have a trailer. We got to see the trailer. It featured Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. That was it. What I got from this trailer was there's going to be a tag match.
So
There
kind of
has to be.
like an ode to WrestleMania 1, like we were talking
And you
about.
talked about that last week where you was like, hey, they need to go back to WrestleMania 1, have a tag team match as the main event. Put it
Right.
as night 1.
At 9-1.
It looks
And then put all your titles on the line on night 2.
yeah. Oop, yeah. So I'm not saying that hey, they're listening to the show. There are some people that when we post stuff on the call up page, they take
Mm-hmm.
from us and post it on theirs. I've seen it done.
Really?
Don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to mention any names, but I
Okay.
had a little game over the week that I posted a particular wrestler as a
Mm-hmm.
child on my page. A day later, this same picture surfaced on a very popular page,
Mm.
and they was like, "Can you guess the?" I was like, "Wait a minute, I just said the same thing." And it
Right.
was like wrong answers only. I said, okay, thank you. At least I know that you're watching my page. Thank you very
Mm-hmm.
much. You're watching us very closely. Thank you.
All right.
But yeah, but it looks like
Is this
we
somebody
could.
that you would invite on?
Oh yeah, I've
Okay.
matter of fact, I've had a conversation with this person
Okay.
about a year ago.
Okay.
They've been on the show,
Okay.
so it was like okay, like that's
Very
cool. You could
nice.
have just gave me a little credit, but whatever, you know. But what do you think? Getting back to the WrestleMania trailer, like what did you think after watching that?
Like cuz I'm, watching the Super Bowl uh group of people that's not really big wrestling fans that with the folks I was watching with and
Shout out to Taylor Swift.
yeah, there you go.
Congratulations.
And so then I got 100 questions about wrestling, of course. And so I didn't really get to think. I didn't really get to think about it in the moment because everybody's asking me,
Hmm.
"Wait, The Rock's back?" So now I got to
Hmm.
bring them all the way back to present time, right before the game comes back on. So I didn't really get a chance to really think about it, but I'm sticking with what I think I'm going to stick with what I was saying. Like I think and I think it makes perfect sense. I think so just like we even said, like even just technically, you're going to protect The Rock because just like I'm sorry, The Rock, CM Punk, and a couple others. I don't think they can do like these long one-on-one matches anymore,
Right.
and that's okay. They're older. It's okay. Like Sting is not in no long one-on-one match anymore. Like it's
Mm-mm.
Father Time, um, and that's all right. And this is how you can protect them. Let them get hot tags.
Yep.
Come in there and do the classics. Don't rip a tricep.
I'm
And
sure.
get through the match. Okay.
We don't need no concussions now.
No, we don't need no concussions. You don't need to do nothing crazy. Because we're already involved in the story, so you don't need to do a holy shit move.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. So I'm sticking to the tag team match and probably some kind of stipulation in the tag team match.
So I think for me it's especially because you're saying the stipulation match, it's just
Mm-hmm.
like hey, if The Rock and Roman win, then they're gonna get their night
There
two
you go.
match that they want to have.
Right.
That's gonna sell out and do billions of dollars as The Rock said.
Right.
Right. If Cody and Seth win, obviously Cody gets to keep his main event match. At Mania, he goes for the title. He beats Roman Reigns and ends the story from there, which I really don't think that that's going to end the story. That's just going to start a new chapter in the
Mm-hmm.
story of Cody Rhodes. And I think that's what a lot of people are like a little iffy about because once he finishes this, he beats Roman Reigns, the story's not over.
So I just had a thought shoot in my head just as you were saying that.
Hmm.
So what if, like, okay, oh man, if this happens, everybody listening to this are just their heads are gonna explode. if this actually happens, and you're gonna hear it here first. All right. So the picture that we're talking about, that Cody looked at when he was a child,
Mm-hmm.
and it was his dad holding up the championship, and then later he found out he never really won that title. He was just kind of holding it up at the end of the
Right.
match. All right. What if he goes to this knockdown, drag out fight with Roman Reigns, wins, holds up the championship, gets the confetti, pictures, and then we hear the Judgment Day music.
I was hoping that would be for night one because I was thinking the same thing.
On Seth, though, right?
Yeah.
No.
But I was
What
thinking it
if he
for
does this
Seth.
to Cody? So now Cody is the one
Ooh.
who's holding the title up for 1 second, and
You know
then
what?
loses it the same night.
That would be so fucked up because of the
I'm
whole
sorry, I thought of it, but I have a feeling. I just
right.
I have this, and I don't want it to happen because, like you said, everybody will be gutted leaving the stadium. But I have this feeling that something like that may happen.
I think that the Cody crybabies
Oh,
will attack Triple H so bad on Twitter. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna be like John Cena versus Rob Van Dam at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Ugly.
If Cena wins, we
If
riot.
Cena wins, we riot. Like
And they weren't kidding. It's the thing,
holy
though.
shit. Because if you want to put heat on somebody and make them into a heel, you put Damian Priest in that role and you let him cash in on somebody. You let him cash in on Cody. Because
Right.
I think even if you do Seth, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal.
We're
Like
kind of
it'll be a
expecting
big
it.
deal.
Yeah.
It'll be a big deal, but you're kind of expecting it. It's like,
Right.
okay, he had a hard match. You know,
And
he
he's not
won.
100%.
You know, and it's the thing about it is like you go and you say to yourself, how do you do it? Because if you have this tag match at night one,
Mm-hmm.
right, and Cody and Seth win, does Cody Rhodes just leave Seth Rollins there, or does he get jumped by the Judgment Day?
Oh, I think whoever it is going to get jumped first,
Right.
and then they're going to bring the referee in to ring the bell.
Mm.
So whoever it is, so he's going to win one of these titles, I think. What's throwback talking about here?
Let's go. It says, I think if Drew beats Seth for the title and then Damian cashes in on Drew at WrestleMania or Raw, it would really send Drew over the edge. Yeah, it would. You know
So
what?
it's
Not for
almost
nothing.
like
I
what we're
think.
talking about. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Almost like the scenario we're talking about here. But it would be
Because,
Drew getting sent over the edge, and not the millions of Cody Rhodes fans.
because let me tell you something. If Seth Rollins has to defend that title against dry ass Drew McIntyre, okay, and he wins and then loses it to Damian Priest the same night, oh my god, we are not gonna hear the end of that.
What the hell?
We're gonna get 2 months of dry ass Drew McIntyre crying into
Maybe
a
I need to
microphone
go
on a
to the
Monday
other
night.
company where I can get a title.
Good luck with that one because AEW has 1 million titles now
And 1 million people on their roster.
and 1 million more people on their roster. So if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Or if you're 8x10 gets hit by the dart on the dartboard, then
There you
you're
go.
up.
If Tony likes you and you get the hug, I think that's what it is. And we'll talk about that. I think
The
if you get the
hug.
hug from Tony, you're in. That
I don't
means he
know.
really likes
Ask
you.
Cesaro about that.
Cesaro's have been having some good spots.
Has he won the AEW World Championship?
No, he hasn't won that one yet.
No.
I'm
Has he
sure
even
it's
been
coming.
close?
I'm sure it's coming. You know what it is? Because they like Moxley. Like Moxley's like their go-to guy. So, but I'm sure if Moxley wasn't there, Daniel
He
Bryan is
called
already out
Moxley
the
from his
door.
vacation to come and
He didn't even get to
pick
go
up
on
the
the
title.
vacation.
Yeah, to come pick up the title because somebody got injured. I'm like, you
I
got
need you.
all these other.
All right, I'm there, boss. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Poor
Wild
mom.
thing.
Poor Moxley. He needs the ultimate vacation. Soon, Moxley. Soon. Oh my god, what else we got here? Is just to continue with the Rock and Roman
All right.
conversation here. We are getting, which I wish they would have fixed this. We will fix this little by little, but we're gonna have more graphics
Bear
up
with
on the
us.
screen. Bear with us.
We're gonna look back at this stuff and laugh about it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
of course. This is the same thing like Mondays. When we was doing Mondays, it was horrible, but we still did it anyway, and now we look good. This coming Friday, it was told last Friday by Paul Heyman that Roman Reigns will be at SmackDown
Mm-hmm.
along with The Rock.
Mm.
We have no idea what to expect. All we know is that the Bloodline family will be in the building. I'm sure that they're going to talk about Elimination Chamber. They're going to talk about WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping that they give us more details about this tag team match that we possibly could have at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because like you said, they have to start selling Elimination Chamber. Like it's time. Like that's coming up. Like I know WrestleMania,
Yep.
is around the corner, but still, like you got a premium live event here, so you gotta sell the one in front of you. Um. So yeah, I expect on SmackDown we should hear more about what their plans are,
Mm-hmm.
the Bloodlines plans for Elimination Chamber. And that's and like you said, and then they're definitely going to talk about WrestleMania. It's got to go back into Cody doesn't deserve this, and
Right.
it's not going to make the money and all this stuff with Hollywood Rock. Like we're getting Hollywood Rock here. I hope he brings his guitar and sings one of the songs.
God.
That's the thing I used to love about Hollywood Rock.
Because not for nothing, the Elimination Chamber is next Saturday, right? The 24th, right?
Yep.
They're not convincing me right now to wake up at 5 o'clock in the
I'm about to
morning.
say we got to get up early. I'm just gonna stay up.
Like I know you're gonna be up. You're gonna stay up. I'm gonna go to sleep for a little while, take a little power nap, wake up, set up the stream. I figured I would rather just stream it, not stream it where people can't watch it, but we can talk about it live if anybody's up or whatever, and they want to just jump on and stuff like that. You guys are more than welcome to to join me and DJ if DJ decides he wants to. Like what, I'm just gonna watch Elimination Chamber in my bed, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Ugly and
I'll be on the couch watching it because I cannot sit here on the chair.
That's the thing. It's kind of tough to sit here, and like you're saying, this is not a comfortable place to sit for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're trying my TV's right here, so I'd be like this the whole time, and you'll see my my Abraham Lincoln profile the whole time, and so. But I don't know if people want to see that.
But there's no matches right now that I could be like, you know what? I'm waiting for Elimination Chamber match. Because we all know that Rhea Ripley is going to win against Nia Jax. And we already know that Becky Lynch is going to win. She's going to win. She's going to win the Elimination Chamber match. For the men, it's kind of still up in the air.
Which I like. I like not. Again, I'm somebody that actually likes not knowing. When I'm even looking on YouTube and stuff, when they say, "Oh, we know what," and then I flip by it. Like I don't want to know what you think about what's going to happen. I stop doing that. To me, that's not really reporting. So yeah, I like being in the dark. Like put the curtains back down for me. Like some people like to look behind the curtain. Put it down. We're already suspending belief here watching this art form. So you don't need to tell me who's going to win too.
Exactly. So I mean, let's see what happens. Very interesting I'm very interested in tomorrow night, especially because we're in All-Star weekend, and we're both big basketball fans.
And
So
there's a UFC on Saturday as well.
and there's a UFC on Saturday. So it's a lot for this weekend.
Yes.
So I'm kind of curious to see, can they pull the numbers in?
Yeah.
Because right now the arena where they're hosting SmackDown is sold out. Like
Okay.
they sold an additional, like once they said that The Rock and Roman were
Oh
going to
yeah,
be in
it's
the
over with.
building, it
Yeah.
sold like 10,000 and something. I know somebody had posted it in the group chat. It was 10,800 tickets extra that they sold once The Rock and Roman were listed to be on the show.
Wow.
So the stuff that The Rock is saying holds weight.
Where's this SmackDown?
I don't remember. I will have to look. I don't
Yeah.
remember where. I have to look it up.
Go ahead. I'm
But The Rock is holding. When The Rock said this could be one of the biggest box office matches in WrestleMania history, he's proven his point with these ticket sales to a random SmackDown.
right. So this is the 16th, right?
Yeah.
So the Utah, Salt Lake
Okay.
City, Utah.
All right. Well, Salt Lake City, Utah. Y'all getting The Rock and Roman on a SmackDown. They're not even wrestling. They're just talking.
Right.
So
You
imagine.
got the folks that don't like, people in Salt Lake City. It's not a whole lot to do late at night, but yeah, they got them to buy the tickets for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like you said, they're just talking. Like, I mean, again, they got people to in Las Vegas in the middle of the Super Bowl week to go fill an arena to go watch them talk. I don't know. I don't think people understand how difficult that. I don't care what like even if it was free, you don't understand how difficult that is to do. That was an arena that those people
Mm-hmm.
were in. Like that wasn't some, you know, convention center hall or something. That was an arena that they filled to just watch them do a pep rally for the rest for WrestleMania.
But I'm one. So speaking of Vegas and the way
Mm-hmm.
they sold out that arena for the kickoff party,
Mm-hmm.
the rumor is that WrestleMania 41 could be in Las Vegas.
Well, they did such a good job with the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard about like I got a couple members of my family that lived there and everything. They're like, oh, it was great and everybody had a good time. Things that people thought wasn't going to work for their arena do like
Mm-hmm.
it actually does work. They show that they can handle a big event, so it would not shock me at all, and that would be very that would be a very good thing for me. Me personally.
I would love for WrestleMania to be in Vegas
Yes.
because I've been talking about going back to Vegas for a good while. I
Right.
would love to go back again. I had a really good time.
Yes.
If WrestleMania is in Vegas, I am 100% going. I don't care what I need to do to get there. And I'm not talking about anything illegal, ladies and gentlemen, because I
Right.
can see it now. Someone's going to be like, he's going to sell his
Oh, you're
ass
gonna yeah.
for some WrestleMania tickets. I mean, if there is a, listen, if there is an
Get your
older,
OnlyFans up.
if there's an older woman who is very lonely, who has money, if you need me to touch you in certain body parts, I will be happy to do it as long as you can get me five, no, 6 tickets because we got to include DJ and his daughter, and like my kid and my wife. 6 tickets. If you
Two
can
nights.
buy us 6 tickets for both nights of WrestleMania, I will touch you in your inappropriate places.
Look at that. What a deal.
I will take it for the team.
And what a deal for some lucky lady out there.
But you know what? Not for, going back. It would be a good thing for WWE to do it in Vegas. They
Mm-hmm.
have a whole lot of opportunity throughout there. You know what I
Man,
mean?
man, could you think of think about all the meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
and where you could have them in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all week long, like, you could have meet and greets, like not just the ones that Fighterman does.
Shit, you could do SmackDown and Raw at the MGM.
Yep, or the T-Mobile,
Oh yeah, there too.
because T-Mobile's right on the strip, and you got Thomas and Mack Center. They like, that's why they're getting these professional teams and everything. Like, they've been
Mm-hmm.
ready. They've made themselves ready for this. And here we are. And yeah, it would not surprise me. I like to see, like, so if it's in Vegas, like you said, I want to 100% go.
Mm-hmm.
I also like, one of these times is gonna be European,
Oh,
and I
it
want to go
has
to
to be.
yeah, and I want to go to that one.
What was the last pay per view that they had overseas where John Cena was there? I believe it was London,
I think it was London.
right?
I think it was
Where
O2, right?
yes, so that's where like Cena came out and he told the crowd and was like, "Listen, let them hear you in the back.
Yep.
Let them show that you want to have a WrestleMania." And that's what we thought. We was just like, "Yo, WrestleMania most likely is going to be out in
Right.
London
Right.
because they were loud."
Yes, they were.
And I've never been to London before, so if we have to do WrestleMania in London, I think that would be the perfect opportunity for me to go out there. I've been to Paris.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just
Might
don't
as
think
well
I would
cross
like
right
the.
over.
I just I just gotta, like, I'll just have coffee for breakfast. Like, I know I don't think I would like the English breakfast,
Right.
but it seems like it would be a cool place to, like, just walk around for the
Uh-huh.
weekend and see what's up.
Yeah. When I went to
Fish
Paris,
and
I went.
chips.
Yeah, I went and I think I drank more coffee than anything else for the whole week that I was there. I mean, I did
Right.
have certain foods were okay, and other foods was like, ugh, like I can't wait to go home.
Yeah, no, it's a little different. This was, you talking about Paris, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so everything's slathered in butter, and you gotta, like, no, tell me in English what you understand English. What is this? don't don't give me
Like,
the
sir, can
names.
you tell me what this is? Huh? I don't speak any English. No, yes, you do.
You're
Please.
watching CNN in English. What is this?
But for now, WrestleMania, the rumor, like I said, is just a rumor right now. It could be in Las Vegas. So let's get
We'll
this money
find out.
together.
Yep,
Me and DJ will be in the building for that one. You can catch us on the strip.
because Myrtle is gonna call him, and
I'm gonna be the time. Hey, listen, I'll do something strange for a little piece of change. All right,
hey
all
man,
right.
I had a
So,
blast. I went to, like, I'm not going this year because it's the last year of the Pac-12 and they overpriced it. But
mhm,
we used to go to the Pac-12 basketball tournament,
mhm,
and man, like you said, like, a few of the times I don't know how I got to my seat,
mhm.
because like, because I was drinking some crazy stuff, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, I'm at the game. I was just walking down the strip and I'm at the game now. So yeah, you can definitely, like, in Vegas. See, me being in LA, like, that was our family vacation every summer, was going to Vegas.
Oh, it's like us with Florida.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We'd get in that family truckster, just like the one
Hmm.
on the movie Vacation, and we would drive all the way to Vegas through the desert.
Hmm.
And of course, us being kids, we had to stay in Circus most of the time, but it was still fun. Like, it was still a good time.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, 2025,
Come on,
WrestleMania 41, Las Vegas, Nevada.
let's go.
Fingers crossed. Moving on into the
Everywhere
other
else.
top, yeah. Moving on to the other topics that we have. AEW. I know a lot of the time they do a lot of botches, but they've been getting a lot of injuries from MJF to Adam Cole. Julia Hart is on the injury list right now. This is why we haven't seen her on TV for a good while. Wheeler Yuta is on the injury list right now.
Man.
We haven't seen him for a while. And then this past Wednesday, if you guys checked out the call up Instagram channel, me and DJ we posted a video of Sammy Guevara taking on Jeff Hardy, which is supposed to be for Rampage for
Right.
this Friday. It looks like Sammy Guevara went for a high fly move off the top rope. Jeff was supposed to counter that move, and when Sammy Guevara's feet went down, it landed right on Jeff Hardy's face and knocking him out. And now Jeff Hardy is on the injury list.
That's at least concussion protocol.
Of course, yeah.
At best, I should say. It's like hopefully that's all that's happening with him. Yeah, it's the crazy move in the middle of the match
Mm-hmm.
for no reason. Like that's the thing that kind of that gets to me, like you're saying. Because you're seeing it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so what did you like, did you need all of those flips in that move? Like did you like when Dante shattered his foot on some crazy spot in a house, like basically a house show.
That was a collision that happened on.
It was WrestleMania weekend. In fact, Tommy Paradise was there at the Jalen Center at USC, and it was I forgot what the name of the show is, but yeah, with him and Penta, like with a stacked up ladders and tables and everything, and they wanted to
I
do a
remember
flip,
that.
and then of course over rotation shatters his leg on the landing in the middle. Like it's not even the finish to the match. I can damn near see if it was the finish to the match.
Right.
But like just something in like we're just doing stuff for to pop the crowd in the middle of the match, and we're gonna do something death defying that makes no sense in the match. I just like that's from it just really so I really, really want this company to I really want it to succeed. I really do.
We need AEW.
But it's like if you can't draw in the casual fan at some point, it's not gonna go well. It can't just be all hardcore, and it's got to be all indie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like which, to be fair, like not like they've gotten better, like with especially like with Tony Storm and stuff, like and Orange Cassidy, like they've gotten into being entertaining. But everything can't just be like the crazy stuff you see in the indies. Like it's just not like, let's see that at the pay-per-view or something.
Right.
But just on a random Dynamite, and you're gonna, rampage of this for this, and somebody gets knocked out, so.
And that's the thing with AEW is where like they're still relying on those indie spots to draw in that crowd, because you look at it and you're like, okay, Sammy Guevara, Jeff Hardy, both of these guys are gonna start giving us these crazy spots, which not for nothing, I think Jeff should not be doing these spots for the simple fact that he's getting up there in age. You don't even see really like Rob Van Dam doing these spots because he knows better.
Yeah.
Like, and he
goes to the classic stuff like Rolling Thunder and stuff like that.
And we're constantly seeing the same thing when it comes to Jeff Hardy, is when he tries to do these moves, he either gets hurt or, like we just seen in that video, somebody hurts him.
Like crashing and burning. Wow.
And then you're not even breaking 1 million views.
Yeah, so you're, it's like doing these crazy things for like, you'll see even when you're watching like indie botches, right? And it'll be like them. You'll see a guy get gets suplexed on a chair that's standing up and see his spine go across the back of the chair.
That's awful. All that for
And
a
there's
hot
like
dog.
100 people in the audience. So you're gonna, you're gonna shatter a vertebrae for 100 people in the audience.
Because they love the business.
All right. And that what $20 you get for for being in the mid
You get
card?
the $40 now, and then you get the rest later.
So
Or
you
you
get
can
to
just
get
sell your merch. Either way.
right. So well, if you got enough for that copay when you have to go go to the
Yeah.
urgent care.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Throwback had a little has a comment here. How about let's see. How about Darby sparking the Cody chants on Dynamite? What the hell are they thinking? Imagine a WWE guy profusely sparking a chant for AEW's top baby faces.
Babyface.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting because the thing about it is with AEW,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised that they did something like that. Mentioning somebody who's not in the company anymore.
Right.
Because we've seen MJF numerous times mention Vince McMahon, Triple H, WWE. Like, we've seen it.
2024 being his
Yeah.
contract. So
So Darby Allin, mentioning Cody, not by name, but everyone else in the crowd was chanting Cody, which was just like, okay, you guys a year ago or 2 years ago were booing Cody Rhodes
that's right.
anytime he would come out
Yep.
on Dynamite.
Mercilessly.
And now you guys are chanting his name like he's the second coming. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
Well, and so another thing to throw into that is so we don't like scripted promos,
Mm-hmm.
or at least to be like, if we really are honest, like we don't like knowing that it's a scripted promo.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, we know that they practiced what they were going to say in the back and then came out and
Mm-hmm.
said it. But it's the folks that can't go out there and just be natural with what they're saying, and then that's okay. You need mic skill. All right, AW, from what we're told anyway, they get to basically say what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a double, like, so here's your double-edged sword with that. So why would you, like you're saying, why would you mention, like, they already have a habit of mentioning WWE in their show, but here
Oh,
you
they
go,
love
you're
it.
gonna mention like somebody that is known by both fan bases, and now they're chanting for a guy in the other company on your show. Yeah, it's annoying that when you're working for the machine, like they're like, hey, we don't say this, and don't say this.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a reason why they're telling you not to say that. Sometimes it can just be annoying. Like, that's why I'm glad what's his name left, the guy with the buck teeth. Like, he's a person that didn't want them saying the word wrestling or fans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to me that was stupid. So, and you saw right away, like the week he was gone, they were saying like
Yeah,
everybody went out.
everything shifted.
Yeah, they made a point to say it a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
But throwback, it is a mistake. To answer your question, it's a mistake to have like people on your show chanting for the top baby face of the other company. It's not a good look.
It's just helping Cody even more in his road to WrestleMania.
Yep. So
It,
helping
it,
out the other show.
yeah. It does nothing for AEW at all.
No.
You know,
No.
we've had this discussion before. Is like, what does AEW need to do in order to get those millions of views up all the time?
Yep.
And doing something like that, I could tell you right off the bat, is not something that I would say will help you. It's just
Hmm.
gonna hurt you.
Well, and then like you said, like just like again, I'd love to just kind of sit back and read comments sometime, and I'll
Hmm.
see like AEW fans, like they'll jump on a WWE fan and oh, I mean, you like to watch that PG stuff, and I'm just like, have you not seen WWE in like the last year or so? Like it's not PG era anymore.
Hmm.
And just because a guy doesn't like, because I remember we used to make fun of when AEW started, like when the guy's promo would suck and then he would just start
Hmm.
cussing,
Hmm.
just to add some spice to his promo. But it's like that promo was boring until he started cussing.
Exactly.
So is that what you mean by PG? Because because other than that, what's your point? I like again, it'll be somebody else say, "Oh, I haven't watched WWE since," and it'll be Daniel Bryan or something, and, and then they want to tell you how bad the product is. It's like, but
Exactly.
where you been? You haven't seen it. So, hey, these to answer what you're saying, like to get that million views, you have to like you need casual fans. Like everything can't be hardcore. It's got to you need the person that's flipping the channels and go, "Oh, wrestling's on. Oh, what's
You
this?
need
Okay, I
to
can't
be
turn."
more you need to be more family friendly.
Like in something, I'm not saying the whole show doesn't have to be family friendly. The
Right.
WWE, the whole if you watch a entire Raw or entire SmackDown, it's not all family friendly. Like I don't know where they're getting this from.
Hmm.
Okay, there's always a couple segments. It's like, ooh, that that
That
stepped
was a
on the
little
line.
spicy.
Yeah, okay, but that's your job as a. I guess they're telling you, well, that's kind of your job as the parent. Like we're just here
Right.
to tell the stories.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do it. Like it can't just be, oh, we're only going to entertain a niche of people.
Hmm.
Like that's not gonna get the million views.
Last thing we have on our show notes here before we get to winners and losers is the AEW game Fight
Mm-hmm.
Forever. Right. Hasn't been doing the best. We had the discussion on in the inner circle group chat. Was it Zach had posted there was like 7 people playing this
Yeah.
game or 4 people, which is a shame
Yes.
because they took forever to
I was about to
design
say
this
some people
game.
did some hard work on this.
You know, people put in a lot of time for this game.
Yes.
They're coming out with characters every month. Swerve, Tony Storm.
Swerve on the
I'm
beach, right? Like it's like
Yeah,
where you get to play on the beach. That's Swerve.
you know, they I'm sure they're gonna put Deanna Perrazzo in there eventually,
Absolutely.
the
Yep.
way they're going.
Right.
Um, but no one's playing this game though.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's the crazy thing to me, and I said it in the group chat before, is like I'm waiting. Like I want to play the game, but I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
spend $70
Mm-mm.
on the game.
Mm-mm. When
Like
it's on the
every
free
yeah,
PlayStation games, I'll
yeah.
I'll play it.
Every week I check to see if it's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
And they still leave it at $70. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check it right now, and I want to see the price.
It's not on the 70% sale.
I'm sure it's not because they never discount this thing. I think they only discounted it. PlayStation never didn't even want to discount it. They kind of just left it the way it is. It was just like, yes, and if you buy it, you buy it. You don't, you don't.
I feel like they had a flash sale during the holidays, but it was like a flat, like you had to buy it that week, and then that was it. Then it went back to regular price.
So right now,
Mm-hmm.
if you are a PlayStation user,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy AEW Fight Forever for $35.99.
So it's half, right?
So it's half off. And that's the standard edition. If you want to get the Bring the Boom edition, which I guess brings more
All the
people,
DLCs,
yeah,
yeah.
which is that's original price is $90. It's discounted at $62.99.
I'm good.
Yeah, and they have a game bundle for $80. If you get the standard edition, there's you still have to go out and buy the rest of the stuff like Matt Hardy, Tony Storm, I think Danhausen, and like a host of other people that they started put Swerve and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's why they try to get you to do the elite version of it, so then you can sit there and have everything. But if you want to get the elite version, hey, it's $65 right now. Basically, you're paying the same price as like the basic standard edition if it wasn't on sale.
Right.
Test it out, see what you think. Zach had tested it out. He he really didn't like it.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like our gaming person here because I play video games, but not often. I know like you guys play it.
Right.
Play systems more than I do. My PlayStation is just sitting there, just wondering when I'm gonna touch it.
Like, come on. No, if it wasn't my insomnia, it would be worse if I didn't have a PlayStation. Yeah, I think because I've watched a lot, like I watched a few reviews for this game, and I think so. One of the things that I think happened is like we were just talking about nostalgia, and how sometimes nostalgia you have these fond memories from nostalgia, and then somebody will bring it back, like bring something back, and it's like, ooh, maybe that wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that modernizing, because they tried to make tried to copy it off of a Nintendo 64, like the WWE Nintendo 64 game,
Right.
and that might so in today's gaming that probably wasn't the best idea. Because it's
You
gonna
also,
be fun for a minute, but I mean, there's
oh, DJ froze on me.
I
Oh,
think
there
I'm
you go.
back.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got you. All right.
yeah, I saw the thing come up. It's like, oh, the connection. Probably because I got more devices on my internet now from from having that kid in my house.
Oh.
Um,
Uh-oh. Tell them to power everything off. Oh no. Oh, we lost DJ again. So before we get DJ back in here, obviously we're still talking about this AEW game. We DJ's back. I see you moving and you're not frozen. There you go. This is why we're one of the best interactive shows right now, because if you guys are listening to the audio version, you're kind of wondering why did they pause. We're having some technical issues. If you guys will join us on Thursdays, you can see some of these technical issues that go on here on the show, which is fine. We're changing stuff week by week. Get it together.
Yeah.
All right, DJ, continue.
So yeah, the and then so there's hardly anything to do on this game, So after you have fun, you skateboard and you hit each other like you're able to skateboard up all over the place and hit each other with it. And so after that's gone, like after you've done that and it's gone, then it's like there's nothing else to do. Like the 2K has made it to where there's always something to do on 2K. Like you
Right.
don't there's always these different modes you can do. There's always you can go in your universe mode and make your own, and make your own shows and put your own folks in it and everything.
Mhm.
So you don't have that on the AEW game, and that's what it is. It's like once you're done playing, you're done playing.
So does the AEW just scrap this idea? Maybe stop adding wrestlers to this game and just maybe go back to the drawing board, do another AEW game. It could be Fight Forever. It could be Fight Forever 2. It's fine. You know what I mean? Or Fight Forever, 2025 or whatever the case may be. I don't know what, like the next thing, I not for nothing, I probably would just call it AEW Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
It's catchy.
Dynamite versus Rampage.
That could happen.
So and I think it should be in that, like, so I just don't think this style works
Mhm.
in, like, so again, you're going back to selling to a niche audience.
Right.
Okay, so you have a niche amount of people that still enjoy playing that. So, and then again, this is what happens with a niche. It's gonna be up here for a minute, and then once
Mhm.
they're done, they're done. Um, this is what scares me, like, just kind of in the same topic, but on with this company is like,
Mhm.
that's what scares me about all these free agents that it looks like they're about to get.
Right. Yeah, because there's a couple of people already that are rumored that they want to leave AEW. Buddy Matthews, Malachi Black are two names that they rumored to want out of their contract so they can leave, go to WWE. But for me, I feel like if that's the case, I think they're only doing it because one, Triple H is fully in charge now.
Mm-hmm. And he knows what to
Shawn,
do with them.
yep, Shawn Michaels is doing a really great job in NXT.
Yep.
So even if you go down to NXT, you're still gonna do something good down there and not just do a half-ass job like what they did to Apollo when, when he went down there. And then your wife, your significant others are there.
Right.
But I don't know. When it comes to the AEW game, I would say, hey, scrap it, put it on sale, let people play it for what it is for $20, and
Right.
then start a whole new game. When it
And I
comes
would
to
do it
it,
in the style of
yep,
Raw versus SmackDown. Like,
mm-hmm,
I think that pace would more fit what gamers like right now with
right,
combat games. This one, it was, again, it was just nostalgic for people that had the old N64 game.
right.
And once they played it for for a little while, they're like, okay, I'm ready to move on. There's nothing else to do on this game.
Now we head into the favorite segment that we
Mm-hmm.
have here, and that's our winners and losers of the week. Like I said, didn't have too many winners and losers because I was all over the place this week. But I do have one winner for
Mm-hmm.
the week, and that is our truth.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, no matter what you do with our truth, he's gonna win. He's a man of the people. You have to protect him at all costs. We seen him on Monday taking on, was it JD McDonough, right? And he thought he was getting reinitiated back into Judgment Day. And like Damian Priest had to tell him, was like, no, there's no initiation, there's no exit, there's no nothing. It's like, you're not a part of Judgment Day. Like, this is going to be an execution. We are going to hurt you in this match. And then he proceeds to like try to not go inside the ring. He's talking to Adam Pearce. He's trying to get Miz on the phone. Like, it was, I just love R-Truth since
No, you
since he
gotta.
came back.
You gotta. Um, like you said, it looks like he got the little time off. He got refreshed,
Mm-hmm.
and he still had some fresh stuff to say when he came back. um, I mean, he probably put over DIY.
And DIY needs it.
That probably pushed him over right there. Like, just having where they look like DX. And yeah. So no, this man here, like I said, he can be, I don't care how old he is. Like one of those May Young kind of things where, just one night he when he's really old and he passes
Mhm.
away on the road. Like, that's what I think everybody's looking
Wow,
for here.
do we just go that dark now when he passes on the road?
I said when he's old, like when he's
Uh-huh.
like in his 90s. Like, that's a good run.
Man, would have
That's
been like he was home.
I'm trying to go to 96. Like, I think that's good enough.
I'm hoping to get to 96.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a winner for the week?
So my first one was Carmelo Hayes.
Ooh.
I just like what they're doing. This like you're seeing all the HBK,
Mm-hmm.
like the nuggets and the the Easter eggs that they're
Right.
putting out there, where he's basically, or they're saying he's HBK, and I like it. It's really, I think it's fine. I think he's a good. I think this is going to be a good thing for his character. And it makes me where I'm like, okay, what's he going to do this week? So, and that's when you have something, when you're looking forward to a character on a weekly basis.
Listen, he's proven himself week by week that he is a main event star. He's just wrapping up in NXT. Like you said, you can definitely see the HPK influence in his demeanor and his promos and the way he's dressing. And what's good about it is that the person that he's going against in Trick Williams is not getting the Marty Jannetty treatment.
No, no, no. I think they had. I think on purpose, they're like, okay, we got to avoid
Yeah.
that.
And Trick Williams is doing great too. So,
That's right.
these two are really good dance partners when it comes to being in the ring and just cutting these promos against each other.
Right.
Um, which was great.
Right. I mean, this is how this art form works, man. You find
Hmm.
somebody, have a good feud, and you make money together. So,
Yep.
so this isn't like competitive sports where, no, you got to beat that guy to get the money. No, this is, you make money together in this art form.
My next winner has to go to the tag team of Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. They
Yeah.
won the tag team titles.
Right.
At first, when this tag team started, I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, I wasn't with it. I would have put them in the losers column, but then they grew on me.
Hmm.
They're an actual good tag team.
Right.
I like the fact that they just didn't pull Braun Breaker from NXT, brung him up to like say Raw or SmackDown, and then just left the whole entire story behind. They're
Right.
still letting him finish the story in NXT,
Right.
winning a tag team title. I want to see what's next. Obviously, Stand and Delivered is in April. So
Hmm.
I'm assuming they're going to end up holding these titles until April and then probably losing it to whoever
Right.
is going to come next.
And then everybody gives them the standing ovation
Uh huh.
on your way to the main roster.
But then what happens to Baron Corbin? Does Baron Corbin come up with
How
him?
old is Baron Corbin?
So he's around his 30s, like mid
Okay.
30s.
I'm just trying to see, like, okay, so mid 30s, that's usually when a wrestler gets to his prime,
Right.
where your character, where all your moves and everything. Um, so this should be his prime. Like, so let's see what, like you said, let's see if they both go up, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, which, like, as the chemistry that they have, like, it could go, like, they could both go up, and
Hmm.
even do something where they are like something like, not necessarily a tag team, but just like they're a faction together. Um, kind of like Rusev Day kind of a thing.
Oh, I can see that.
Because Corbin, like you said, like, I think they tried really hard to have this guy be, a top guy. I think they really
Mhm.
tried. I just don't think he has the charisma, um, for the wider audience. I don't think he has it. Like, even when, I mean, think about it, at his most popular, how many times did you, like, say, go to an event and see his T-shirt?
Not many.
So that's kind of the telling thing. Like, okay,
Hmm.
this isn't working. So he's not a top guy, but he can go though. Like, we all, like, everybody that knows
Hmm.
anything about wrestling know Baron Corbin he knows what he's doing in the ring.
Right.
So he got better on the mic. especially like when he became kind of the GM kind of thing. I think that helped him develop because it's like you're now just talking when you're the GM.
And
So
I like that Baron Corbin when we got like the GM Baron Corbin, or even when he went and he won he went to Vegas and won all that money
right,
type of thing. You know what I mean? It worked.
yeah. So he's got some range even,
Mhm.
So yeah, so I think he'll be all right, and he'll probably go up um with Braun, and it should be Braun. I think I'll go ahead and be Braun Steiner when he gets to the main roster.
You think they're gonna give him that?
I would. Might as well. I mean, we went Charlotte Flair after it was just Charlotte for a while,
Right.
and then they say, okay, screw it, let's just do Charlotte Flair, and it works. So if you're gonna wear the bright, colorful singlets and do
Hmm.
all the Steiner line and stuff, what are we doing?
Right.
you know.
What is your next winner of the week?
I'm gonna go with Darby's promo that he
Okay.
had at the end of AEW. Other than bringing up Cody, like that was just kind of, that's kind of a byproduct of what
Hmm.
I think he was trying to go for, but just saying that they sucked as um as executive vice presidents, like you just kind of injected yourselves into a title picture, um, and I liked it. Like after because again, you had to go through watching a Young Bucks tag team match.
Hmm.
So, so to have Darby come in with a bat, like, like made it worth it, because yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way Young Bucks do tag team matches, nor them. Uh, I thought it was cringe with the suits, like
Still
showing
think
up
it's cringe.
with bloodstained suits, like that's just cringe. And yes, that go like everybody that doesn't like the things that Mr. McMahon did on in shows, you gotta own up to the Young Bucks in bloodstained suits.
That's exactly what they're doing now. They're taking a little page from the Vince McMahon book, because that's something that Vince would do.
Sure. I mean, he
Whether
went
it's
against God, like
Mhm.
literally had a match against God. So yeah, like, Vince is very cringe. Like he's like it's there's probably like somebody has done a YouTube that's probably got like 2 hours of straight Mr. McMahon doing cringe stuff.
Man, I gotta check. I gotta see if we can find that. I'm sure there's something. I'm sure YouTube has that somewhere.
Yes. Okay, but this is in the arena with with some cringe stuff that
Mm.
Mr. McMahon used to do.
I don't have any more winners for the week. Do you have
All
another
right.
one for us?
I think my last winner is it was The Rock's tweet about Hawaii,
Oh, that's right.
where he got in that guy's ass. And I went and looked up some stuff before I jumped on either side.
Mhm.
And yeah, that guy's completely in the wrong. He's completely in the like that guy that was trying to and everybody that's thinking this stuff about The Rock,
Mhm.
you should go do your research. Like it's completely wrong. Um, I think it's this again, it's the way I think what's happening is the way people feel about The Rock, and they're letting it spill over into Dwayne Johnson, and then they're
Right.
trying to mix it into real life. And it's you're gonna be wrong about most of this. Like, I've seen like tweets where guys are like, "Oh, he failed at this and failed at this and failed at
Right.
this," and it's like, he didn't. All those things you just listed, he actually didn't fail in.
Hmm.
So, um, and it's hilarious. So, like I can go with XFL. Okay, XFL at this point is worth more than when Vince McMahon had it.
Yeah.
He was never trying to take over he tried to take over the NFL, and no, he did not. XFL was never like nobody's ever said, "Oh,
It
we're
was
going to
just
take over."
another alternative for somebody
It's
to
spring
play the game that
football.
they love.
Yeah, it's spring football. No, you're not going to take over the NFL with a spring league ever. Okay, it's like minor league football. We already know this. Okay, he knew like that's how it's built. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you see players that get picked up by NFL teams from
Yep.
this. Okay, and that's the draw. So you're wrong there.
Helping the families.
People, yeah, people got money from the fund that The Rock put up. Um, he even he like if you go look at the video that he's like, you know what, I get it. Like, when people are it's hard times right now, and people
Mm-hmm.
are paycheck to paycheck, and the last thing you want is like you're here you are hustling and barely getting by, and then some guy with money asks you for money. So
Yeah.
he acknowledged that, apologized for it, and like we're moving on. Like, so, but the fund has sent the money to the people that
Mm-hmm.
it was supposed to go to in Hawaii. So people
At
are
least,
that part you're
listen,
wrong.
at least they got the money.
They got the money, so it's just like,
Yep.
I mean, this ain't a Brett Favre thing, okay?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this ain't Brett Favre. So that's why I like the tweet. He's like, usually I don't even answer this shit, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to the right, like, now I woke up and chose violence basically on this tweet, and I was here to see it. It's like, don't sit there when you don't have to sit there and take that. I wouldn't either.
Well, that brings us now to our losers of the week. Losers of the week is brought to you by SeatGeek. If you are new to SeatGeek and you're thinking about ordering some WrestleMania tickets, or you are in your favorite city and you want to check out your basketball team, like DJ is in LA, so he has the Lakers and the Clippers. I am in New York and I have the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks. You can save
Knicks.
$20. Yeah, you can save $20 off your purchase as a new SeatGeek customer by using the code that was going to save you $20. If you use the promo code, take a screenshot, send it to us. We will throw you into a raffle that we will have with all the people that use that particular code. And we most likely will send you a little gift card on us to go to whatever sport, a little snack on us, maybe some popcorn, a hot dog on us, a beer, just to show our appreciation for supporting the show.
Yes.
So, with that being said, DJ, who is your first loser of the week?
Well, I mean, I got two losers. One of them we
Ooh.
already kind of went over a little bit with the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So my last loser was that Brian Danielson match in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
where they're sitting there slapping and spitting each other's faces and slapping. I'm just like, is this what we really? Is this where we are? Like this? So
Yep.
this is entertainment now. Like this, people find this is wrestling.
This is why he left WWE for.
Yeah,
To
and
do
this is what
this.
yeah, to sit there in a move like they weren't even. I mean, you can't even call that a submission move. What they were doing, the guy is literally he's spitting in his face and
Which was
slapping the shit out of
disgusting.
him. Yeah, and slapping the shit out of him. And then the Japanese crowd, they're in silence as they watch.
Always. Which that's what I love about this is what I love about like when they watch wrestling out there. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
here in the States where like we're screaming, hollering, do whatever. They're literally just sitting there watching a performance
Right.
take place. And then they clap in the beginning, they clap at the end, and that
Yep.
is it.
I do want to go to that one arena where like you sit cross-legged,
Uh-huh.
and there's like these in the whole arena, like everybody sitting on the floor.
I don't know if I could do that, DJ.
I
I have bad knees, and you want me to crisscross applesauce myself for God knows how long this show will go on for.
Yeah, their shows do run long. That's one thing you got.
Like, you better have me in the front row where I could like just spread my legs out because
I
I
think
don't
like
know.
it's like a section, like it's hard to explain. I think you don't have to say crisscross applesauce. I
Okay,
think you can. can stretch your legs out if you want to, because you're like you got like your own box kind of thing.
I was about to say I'm 6'4" with bad knees. Like
I'm
that's
6 foot. Like I'm not.
that's not the best thing to do.
No, I played. Had a I played a lot of sports. I got
Mm-hmm.
the jumper's knee. I know what you're talking about. Just on the flight there, I'm gonna be jacked up. I already know that.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I hear you. Just one time though. Just one time. I
All
want to.
right, just once.
Just once.
I'll let you
It's on the
torture
list
my
of stuff.
knees for one time.
Yes, and watch people slap each other and while they're sitting across from each other and spitting and slapping each other. That's a loss. I'm sorry. There's no way you can tell me.
My loser of the week went to the Young Bucks.
All right.
Just the things that they're doing. I don't know if they're just trying to poke fun at the whole Vince era of wrestling, or they're just like, yeah, this is gonna be the shit and people are gonna love it. Not a lot of people are loving this.
And if it is to make fun, it's just like, okay, so you're sacrificing your show to your own joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't that. Even people like I don't like Vince McMahon. Like I don't, but I'm not watching the show for Vince McMahon.
Right.
I don't see people are not able to compartmentalize. I guess it's like I don't think Jeff Bezos is that great of a guy, but I got my Prime.
Yeah. So I'm still shopping on Amazon.
So get off of the you watch too much Beyond the Mat.
And that's the problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll get it together. But for now, Nicholas and Matthew, I have to leave you on the loser side of things for the week. Hopefully, I don't know what the outcome is for Revolution in March. I'm really hoping that they don't drop the title, like Sting and Darby doesn't drop the titles to the Young Bucks. I know Sting's an old school guy and he
Right.
likes to,
you leave on your back.
leave on your back 1, 2, 3. But this time around, you can't. Like, relinquish the tag team titles if you need to after you beat the Young Bucks.
Especially the way that they're doing it, because it's like, okay, for your heel thing, you just again you decided to jump them and jump his family. So it's almost like when Triple H beating Booker T after he said what he said. Like that should not have happened. Like when a heel goes that far, you're supposed to lose. Like that's just
Right.
that's just wrestling 101. That's far. They went very far in this story as heels to end up winning. Is all I'm gonna say. And what do we know, right?
Who is your next loser?
That was it. That was that we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only had that one loser for the week, so hopefully the following week we get some stuff. Obviously, we have the road to WrestleMania still going on. We're gonna have the go home show on Monday and Friday to Elimination Chamber. So we get to see a little bit. Yeah, we get to see a little bit more of that. Next Thursday we're gonna do our picks for the pay per view to see. This is the first time me and DJ are going to do our picks because Royal Rumble we really didn't do it. We kind of just guessed.
Well, and the knuckleheads were on, and
yeah, we had the knuckleheads on here. We were
talking.
And we talked about Vince McMahon and all the stuff that was going on.
Oh yeah, it was too much going on that day.
So it was too much. It was too much for that week for us to going on. But next Thursday we'll do our predictions for Elimination Chamber. We'll still have our losers of the week and whatever other news comes through the IWC that we listen to through Fightful and Sky Sports. When it comes to like wrestling news, I normally go to Fightful because they're like 100% accurate on some a lot of the things that go on. Anything you want to close out the show with, DJ, before we get to our shout outs?
Oh man, so yeah, just for all the UFC fans again, like you got a UFC coming up this weekend. I still like the 3-point contest in the All-Star weekend. I still think that's the most competitive thing in the in the show because slam dunk kind of it's like okay, you don't get the big stars anymore in the slam dunk, so it's like, ever since the birthday cake dunk, I was pretty good after that.
2 people are competing in the 3-point contest. Well, 3 that I'm really hoping that they battle it out between these 3 guys, and that's Jalen Brunson,
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Trey Young,
Okay.
and Damian Lillard.
Ooh,
They're
that is an
all up.
interesting
They're
3
going to be a
guys.
part of the 3-point contest this year.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that Brunson wins because you're representing New York City.
Yeah, but I was saying 'cause
You've been
New York.
having a really good season,
Right.
so I'm really hoping that he comes out on top and wins the 3-point contest. I think that will push the Knicks even more to make it more further out in the playoffs than they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, go.
If I'm gonna give you my so if the Lakers are out, then I'm a root for the Knicks.
I mean, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm gonna root for the Lakers, but if the Lakers
Right.
are out, Brooklyn is not making it. I'm
I kind of like this Knicks
a
team.
Brooklyn Nets fan. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, but
Right.
I will root for the Knicks if they make it. If they,
I
they're
kind of
trying
like
to
this
make it all
team.
the way.
Like they got guys on the team that it's like you kind of want to Brunson and those guys. You kind of want to root for them. Like they seem like good guys and they're fun to watch. So yeah, no, I thought I'll make them the secondary when they go. I guess when they go against the Clippers in the finals. Ha ha ha.
I don't know. The Suns is looking pretty hot right now.
Yeah, the Clippers ain't good. It's February. We've seen this movie already with the Clippers being good in February. Okay, we've seen it already. We know what's gonna happen. It's just like the Cowboys. We know what's gonna happen in the end. Relax, relax. You can have fun with them now, but they're gonna Clipper when we get to April, May, June.
And then the last thing we have, Curry versus Sabrina. That's the matchup that I want to see. I'm going for Sabrina. New York Liberty all the way. All right. I could see she has a better range shot. I feel she's gonna win. She's repping the ladies. She's repping the WNBA. Curry's been throwing these outrageous threes in games for practice.
That tunnel shot is he does that all the time. By the way, the shot from the tunnel. This is what okay, and I know I've heard Shaq say this for the WNBA, and I'm gonna say it as well, and I'm gonna keep saying this. If they lowered the court to 9 feet, it would be all the difference. Okay. Every other sport, they do it. Okay. It's a lower net for volleyball. It's a shorter tee for golf. And down the line, like the ball is lighter in bowling. Everything. So why not this sport? Like you have a smaller ball already.
Yep.
I remember going to being in high school. I was like, wait, did my hands grow or what? They're like, oh no, that's the girls' ball. I was like, oh, and I'm like palming it and dunking it, like, so you already did that. So why not girls, women will be dunking all over each other, and then that's when people, this is what people want to see.
Right.
The game would be way more exciting, and you're gonna sell tickets. Your salaries will go up. Everything. So I agree with Shaq on that one. It's like, what are we doing?
And then Sunday we have the East Coast versus the West Coast in the NBA All-Star game. That should be really interesting.
Even though they still picking teams, though, right? It's still
no. I think this was all fan voted in. I think it was partially fan voted and then I guess like coaches, because they wanted to go back to the old school way
Okay.
of the All-Star game. The last
Okay.
couple of All-Star games have been teams like Team LeBron
Yeah, and they
versus
do like
Team
yeah.
Giannis, you know. But this time around, they're going back old school. They got new jerseys,
Yep.
which look fantastic. I think I want to get myself a jersey.
Right.
I don't know if I want to spend $120, but I'm probably gonna have to.
Right.
When it goes on sale, maybe I'll just pick one up. But yeah, it should be a really interesting weekend. I know you said you have the UFC event going on this Saturday as well. That should be really interesting as well. I think the Knucklehead guys, they're gonna cover that over the weekend.
I
And
can
that's
imagine
it
that.
now. Yeah, and now it's just we'll wrap up the show now. We're just giving our shout outs. So you guys, we say this every single week. Thank you so much for the support that you guys are giving us. We've looked at the numbers. The numbers are growing since me and DJ started doing these live streams on Thursday. Shout out to everyone over at the Fig Cave, Nick, Phil, Tommy Paradise. If you guys are not listening to the Fig Cave podcast, it's something that you guys need to listen to. They are an amazing team over there. If you guys are not a part of the Patreon, that gets you full access to the Facebook page, which will give you a ton of deals. If you are a action figure collector of any kind, doesn't have to
Yep.
be wrestling.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You have
Marvel everything.
you have a good hunt, a couple of hundred people that are there that are fig hunting every single day. Like one of the guys who checks out our show here, Chad Miller is always out there. Phil's always out there. Tommy's always out there. Nick, Mike, they're always out there hunting for the latest figures and try to hook anybody up at retail cost. They don't even ask for extra money for themselves for gas. They're just going out there at the kindness of their heart to help you out every single week
Yep.
to try and find whatever hot toy or action figure or Nerf gun you could possibly think of.
Yeah. Turtles, rings.
Yep, everything.
I think Chad was looking for some retros
Hmm.
last time I saw. Yeah, man. Come on in. As long as you don't act a fool, you're all
Yeah,
welcome.
we try to be a nice little family community there, so don't mess it up if you come in there.
So shouts to, like you said, Chad, throwback. Thanks for the comments. Keep us going, folks.
Yep.
Tyson's always here.
Hmm.
Caroline, how you doing? If you're still there, thanks for coming by. And of course, the Knuckleheads is always watching us.
Hmm. The knuckleheads came in the building. They said they were watching us. They came in, show some love. Speaking of the knuckleheads, if you guys want a different taste of shows that go on every single week and it makes you feel just like this one, where it's very interactive, you can get your questions and your comments and your opinions read on the air like we do every comment that we get here. Tune into the Knuckleheads Network every single day, except for a Sunday. They have a show. They have Monday Night Raw watch along. Myself, Toe, Show, Ray, and DJ on occasion. So when he's free, he jumps on in with us, and we talk about random stuff. We talk about the weekend. We talk about we talk about life stuff in general that's there, just to get the conversations going. And then we talk about Monday Night Raw and give you a play by play of stuff that happens throughout the show. Random pop-up people come in, like Bad Blood from Roundtable Podcast. My kids come on sometimes, and they want to have a conversation with everybody. Tuesdays is Comic Book Tuesdays, so Marvel, DC, any latest news that's going on in like Disney Plus or the comic book world. That's the best place to go to Tuesdays with Cap and Krills and Toe and Ray. They cover all that stuff that has to do with comic books. Wednesdays is sports. So they talk about the NBA, NFL, hockey, you name it. They're gonna talk about it. I'm most likely, because of the NBA All-Star game and the UFC. Tune in on Wednesday. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot to talk about from this upcoming weekend that's coming up. Thursdays you get a double dose of the Knuckleheads, because at 9 o'clock you get Wrestling with Knuckleheads, where they have interviews with top indie stars every single week. They dive into their personal life. It's always a fun conversation that they have with the people that they come on there. You'll laugh a million times over. Then you have me and DJ, that we come on at 10 o'clock and we give you our winners and losers of the week. We give our opinions on what we think of the week of wrestling, and then we interact with everybody else that's here to get your opinion on it, because we want to hear from you. We end the week on Fridays with the Knuckleheads once again, with Toe and Ray and Show. They do life advice, which is like the funniest things, because it could be 1 week where you're laughing, and then there's like 1 week where you're crying,
Yes.
because they go into really serious conversations. Just go to the Knuckleheads Network channel on YouTube show, and I'm guarantee you're going to be hooked. Anything else, DJ, before I say goodbye?
I think we got it. I think we got everybody in. Everybody be safe out there. Like you said, come to get to one of these. Get us on your whatever device you're using, and we'll be here. We'll be here, and I almost feel like the Mr. Rogers around here. But
It's not see you later, but it's see you soon.
Yes.
But yeah, I can't stress it enough of just thanking everyone that's been supporting us so far. Every week the numbers continue to go up. The views are going up for us, which is great. Just continue to show that love. We're not asking for money. The only thing that we're asking you for is to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Everything else will come to us as long as we get the support from you guys.
Right.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Have a good one, and we will see you next Thursday.